Okay, so in this one I got sent to pour duct bank for a local construction company. Now if you don't know, a duct bank is literally just a bank of ducts, like underground conduit, I mean. So in this area, it is code that if there's ever a conduit or a bank of ducts or whatnot, or pipes that go under a road or a driveway, you're supposed to pour concrete on top of it. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. This is for a ginormous new DPW facility for a couple towns over from where our base plant is. And it is a very, very large facility. Now, we didn't pour any of the concrete for the foundation wall or the floor or anything that's in there. We've just been getting called out to do like duct bank and sort of utility type work, sort of auxiliary to everything else that's been happening here. So, just like usual, I get the truck all wound up, meaning put the drum in full charge, and then get the engine raced up. Then, of course, I get out of the truck so I can put my chutes on, and then I talk with the guys who are going to be doing the work on the ground, so I make sure that we're both on the same page, at least on the start. Now, they told me they wanted it on the stiffer side, so they wanted like a 4, 4.5 for a slump. Unfortunately, I was batched a little on the wetter side, so it probably came out more like a 5, maybe 5.5, but they were able to work with it nonetheless. So at this point, it's fairly easy to be consistent with how I'm pouring the concrete on top of the pipes, or the conduits rather. When I talked with the guys on the ground, I was told that they want to come up a couple inches above the pipes. I can't necessarily tell what a couple inches above the pipes actually means from inside of the cab. So at the start, I sort of rely on them to set the initial grade or the height they want the concrete above the pipes with their hands. They'll just give a hand gesture when they want me to move. So then, while I can see the concrete hitting the pipes, I just sort of follow that height the whole way. Of course, there's a certain point when I can't see the pipes at all, and I'm completely reliant on whatever their hand gestures are. Now at about this point, I, lost sight of where the pipes actually are and how high the concrete is coming up on top of the pipes. So I was completely reliant on their hand gestures. Now luckily these guys are good to work with. They understand that there's a point when I just can't see the concrete anymore. So they just, point or, pull their hand towards them or away from them. however they want to do it, to tell me to move. As long as you can follow that, you're okay. It's also true that if you've been following a consistent pace, you just sort of continue that pace and you'll be alright. Though it's also possible that if you pay attention to how they're using their concrete rakes, you can tell where they want the concrete. So if all of a sudden one of the guys is pulling the concrete towards him, that means I should probably move the concrete in that direction for him. Or if he's all of a sudden pushing it away from him, maybe I need to speed up my swing a little bit and put the concrete further out in front of him to keep a consistent pace and height above their pipes.
Alright.
At this point I had sort of run out of room to work, so obviously I needed to adjust the position of the truck. Now at this point I could have, or should have rather, gotten the truck at a further angle over to my right. I got the rear of the truck swung over, pointed to the left, and then swung the front back into the right. I should have maybe made another cut at it to get the truck angled more to the right so I could just continue at an arc. But I didn't, so I ended up having to readjust one more time after this. Just in hindsight, I should have just positioned the truck this time better, but it all worked out. got none left. Nope, that was it. Sure. You got another truck coming though, don't you?
I don't know.
Oh, they ordered 16, so there should be another truck on the way.
Okay. Fine with me.
Okay. Want me to just wash out anywhere, or? So that was that on that one. Just 8 yards of duct bank for me, 16 in total on that job site that particular day. Now I get to head back, load it up for the next one.